Musings of a Cigarette-Smoking Man, yeah, which was an untypical X-Files.
Basically told his background story.
Cancer, man? What did you find? Possibly everything. Maybe his background, who he is, and who he wants to be.
Maybe. And of course, it's the X-Files. You don't take anything for actual.
Call back.
I'm working on next month's Oscar nominations. Any preference?
I couldn't care less. What I don't want to see is the Bills winning the Super Bowl.
The original script had CSM actually shooting Froike, but Chris had them change that. Because if he survives, then the enigma remains.
Oh, he's here. Let's just shoot him. So we shot the version where he gets killed. Of course, we later discovered that the takes where Froike was shot disappeared. So there's a big mystery. Maybe the lone gunmen themselves gone into the lab and made it disappear. I don't know.
The X-Files, 5 nights a week, only on FX.
I have no idea where these ideas come from. I just always try to think of things that scare me. It's kind of interesting because nothing scares me anymore. You appreciate it on some kind of other level. You just have this vague sort of sense that it might be scary to someone else.
Chris will always say, find something scary that's ordinary. So we'll start saying, well, we've never done an episode about house cats. Or, what is commonplace that then could be turned into something scary.
You find yourself looking at like ceiling fans and saying, what happened if that took someone's head off?
We do a lot of research. We look through a lot of magazines. We read newspapers.
We draw from the news. There's a lot of real history in the conspiracy stories that we've told.
One of the things Chris has opened me up to is pushing and keep searching. And if you squeeze your brain hard enough, something good will come out. And it's very true. It just takes a lot of time.
It's just the kind of challenge they're looking for.
The X-Files, 5 nights a week, only on FX.
I loved Home. Home, I think, is my favorite episode.
I really liked that one. It didn't scare me, but you had this family that was so malformed that they couldn't mate with any outsider, so they had increased their malformity over the years by inbreeding.
Whatever pain you may feel pain. Runs in the family.
And just the will to live and the will to propagate. It was very kind of moving to me.
To love. When you know your boy will do anything for his mother.
I approached it as a classic horror piece, and I think that really came off. I don't think it was really that these were mutant brothers who might have had an incestuous relationship with their mother. The thing that really scared people is their first fear in life, that there's something under the bed.
No, get out!
It's all right, ma'am. We're federal agents. We're here to help you.
But it was just a wonderful hour of television.
The X-Files, 5 nights a week, only on FX.
I wrote Leonard Betts. We wanted to do a really good, scary monster. We thought of two ideas, one being regeneration.
Is Betts' ability to regenerate any greater a leap forward than our ancestors' ability to communicate with language or to walk upright?
And the other being that the greatest threat to our mortality, cancer, is what he thrives on.
Scully, there's a great possibility that Leonard Betts not only is cancer,
but that he needs it for survival?
He's really just trying to survive. It's not about him being a bad guy.
Sorry. You've got something I need.
Oh, funny you should mention that. Leonard Betts is one of the most exciting effects we've done this season. What we did was pushed up and starts bloating out the chest, and then eventually just stretches out the entire mouth. A little bit of movement in the eyes and the brow to help keep it alive, and the head tilts back when he watches himself come out of himself. Heads that's been biopolymerized. It's a process that forensics people do with bodily leftovers so that they can take thin sections out and study them.
Well, you got yourself a nice paperweight.
The X-Files, 5 nights a week, only on FX.
So I said to Chris at the beginning of the year, I said, Chris, I have this idea. The opening scene was Mulder wakes up in a motel room with blood on his hands and has no idea how he got there or where he is or anything. He's lost like 3 days of his life. And this woman was found dead with her husband, and it points to Mulder. And if you like the idea, don't tell anybody, because I don't know when I'm going to have the opportunity to do this. I don't know how it happened. But I was really happy with the way it came out.
Demons was quite a piece for David.
Mulder?
And rehashing all of the demons in his head, driving him to this quest to find the truth.
This is the only show where you can say, I'm not responsible for my actions. Somebody drilled a hole in my head.
In the flashbacks, we overexposed, as I recall, and then I'd yell action, and the camera operator would literally turn off and on the camera, and it would flash frame. I was very happy to be able to direct it.
The X-Files, 5 nights a week, only on FX.
Tempest Fugit, yeah, time flies. The story involves Max being on an airplane. The next thing you know, the plane crashes.
I think Max was abducted. Dave Gautier, special effects guy, built a 737, put it 6 feet up in the air on a huge hydraulic machine.
Sitting on a pin that rotated back and forth.
It was such an e-ticket ride that I had 2 camera operators inside the plane with 80 extras, and my camera operators had to wear helmets.
The plane would be going like this, and the extras were freaking out, and it was very realistic.
You ever seen anything like this?
In the early morning out there, it felt like those documentary films you've seen of plane crashes. Very scary. Yet the stuff on the ground somehow isn't quite as frightening as, bits of clothing and luggage up in the trees. That really kind of made it, I think. We had lots of people flying over, reporting to the airport that there'd been a crash. Did they know about it?
The X-Files, 5 nights a week, only on FX.
My name's Lorna, and I work as the set costumer here.
Some wardrobe advice.
Fairly typical suit for David. Nice boss.
Is that your shirt, Agent Mulder?
His chest is 42. Shoe size 11. Below their closet here is boxes full of shoes and sneakers and socks and undies. Mulder wears J. Crew boxers. The athletic boxers, the a little bit more form-fitting. And this is Jillian's closet. Jack's 2-piece pantsuit. And a silk top. She wears a lot of pantsuits because she does a lot of her own running scenes. She's very small. She takes about a size 2. This lets us know what outfits have been pulled for what scenes so that we don't have contrasts in colors between the main actors and secondary actors. Everything has to be prepped before it's laid out for the actors. Press the shirts, steam the suits, buff the shoes.
That you could use to change clothes.
One nice little presentation for them when they see it in the morning.
Thank you.
The X-Files, 5 nights a week, only on FX.
Truth is out there, man. It's the things that we can't figure out
Who are these people who can just murder with impunity and we can't do anything about it?
that keep our attention. It's the search for alien life and the search for the truth.
Is it for the truth or for the lies?
It's gotta be for the truth.
Every show, the first season had the same thing. And then we did the last episode, the Erlenmeyer Flask, and we killed Deep Throat. And his Deep Throat was dying. The last thing he says is, trust no one. And that became the tagline.
They don't change very often, but when they do, they pertain to the episode.
Apology has become policy.
Like apology is policy. We're sorry about the POWs,
And what they can't cover, they apologize for.
as though that exonerates them.
When Chris has felt it significant,
Not everything dies, Mr. Mulder.
he will change these lines to relate to whatever given episode we are seeing.
They only have one policy: deny everything.
The X-Files, 5 nights a week, only on FX.
You're looking for Alex Krycek.
My name is Nick Lee, and I play Krycek. Alex Krycek. Krycek was brought on as a new partner for Mulder.
Skinner didn't say anything about taking on a partner.
He was working with a cigarette-smoking man.
You've earned his trust. The object now is to preserve it.
Turns out to be a double agent working for the Russians. I like to say that he's a usual guy in unusual circumstances. And he has 9 lives and continues to come back and back and back and takes more abuse every time he does. Been beat up by Mulder countless times. Many people see him as an evil fella.
Oh, I love Krycek, because he's evil.
Because you never know where he stands. One minute he's a bad guy, and the next minute he's on Mulder's side.
And where he's going is anybody's guess, because I never know these things till I open up the script.
I think I have a right to know. You have no rights, only orders to be carried out.
The X-Files, 5 nights a week, only on FX.
This whole show's funny. Working here is like going to Disneyland every morning.
The important thing I think on set is to have a good time.
I'm here with Joel Ransom, who is, I'm sorry, what do you do on the show?
Yeah, I'm still figuring it out myself.
One big, happy family.
We need to goof around a little bit just to
to add some comic relief.
And it scares me because,
Quite frankly.
well, because I don't know why.
Hey, Cody Jerry?
Yeah.
You gotta sort of whack it up now and then, and they're both very playful.
Came to me in a vision.
Okay, you know, I get
Are
it.
you hearing me?
I
She
get
came
it.
to me in a vision.
I get it now.
Okay.
They're all.
Okay, ready.
They do stuff like that.
And I'm supposed to understand, but I don't know about what.
The X-Files, 5 nights a week, only on FX.
Whatever tape you found on that VCR, it isn't mine.
Good, because I put it back in that drawer with all those other videos that aren't yours.
Well, Mulder's interest in pornography is kind of an inside joke that has now become an outside joke.
Obviously, you haven't read our August edition of TLG?
Oh, I'm sorry, boys. It arrived the same day as my subscription to Celebrity Skin.
Glenn Morgan and Jim Long were writing for the show in the first season. They put something near and dear to their hearts in, I guess.
And I thought that was funny, and it made sense for the character that, you know, this is a guy that doesn't have any girlfriends, and, you know, how's he going to get his release, you know? You know, it's become like a running joke that we've done.
Working hard, Mulder?
This woman claims to have been taken aboard a spaceship and held in an anti-gravity chamber without food and water for 3 days.
Anti-gravity's right.
You know what I'm saying?
The X-Files, 5 nights a week, only on FX.
My name is John Joffman, and I'm the director of photography for this CD-ROM project, and I'm here to ensure that the production has the same look and feel of the TV show.
The look of the game is phenomenal. I mean, it looks like some of the best episodes we've ever done.
It's very, very important to us to maintain all of the qualities and make the show what it is.
You have your cell phone with you?
Yes.
All right, I'll call you back.
It's a completely different format. There's not many scenes, so to speak.
Okay, we are moving on now.
So you do 1 line at a time or 2 lines at a time.
I think it's in some kind of narco-somnambulistic state. Well, first of all, we need to locate the other key that Mulder was looking for.
We were doing different options because in the game you make choices. I think that if you're creating a game, it would make sense to be open-ended in some way.
Ooh, look what we're doing here.
The X-Files, 5 nights a week, only on FX.
I played Eddie Van Blunt in Small Potatoes.
Darren, I got this part and I'd really love for you to play. He said, well, what's the part? And I said, well, you just play this sort of fat, ugly loser.
Maybe I got personality.
And then I realized, like, well, wait, I don't mean that's what I think of you.
Don't say no to Vince.
I have a theory.
Van Blunt somehow physically transformed into his captor.
What the hell?
David had known Darren for quite a while. He really got his physical mannerisms down pat.
There, he's mocking Mulder. To pull that off without disrespecting it is very unique.
No, I'm seeing a whole new side of you, Mulder.